Whispers of the Mothman. The sleepy town of Black Hollow had never been the same since the wave of strange sightings began. Nestled in a valley surrounded by dense woods, its residents had long shared tales of the legendary Mothman, a creature said to have the wings of a bat and the eyes of a demon, gliding silently through the night, heralding doom wherever he flew. It was autumn when 16-year-old Lily Thompson, a newcomer to Black Hollow, first heard about the Mothman. The town's children whispered stories in hushed tones during lunch, trading variations of their encounters as leaves began to turn from green to orange. Curious and skeptical, Lily laughed it off as mere folklore. At first, she spent her days exploring the enchanting woods with her best friend, Tom, an ardent believer in the creature's existence. He regaled her with tales of the Mothman's predicted disasters: car crashes, fire outbreaks, accidents that left behind scarred families. "He's a warning," Tom said, his eyes twinkling with excitement. "If you see him, you're supposed to tell someone. He's trying to save us." On an unseasonably cold night, while the air was thick with anticipation and an electrifying fog rolled in, Lily found herself alone in her room, the town's whispers echoing in her mind. She decided to take a stroll into the woods to clear her head. "What if I actually see him?" she thought, half laughing at the absurdity, half tempted by the thrill. The moonlight barely penetrated the heavy mist as she walked down a narrow path. The trees seemed to close in around her, their branches twisting like gnarled fingers against the night sky. A chill crept into her bones, but she pushed forward, an adventurous spirit ignited within her. She stopped periodically, squinting into the darkness, half hoping she wouldn't find anything, and half hoping she would. Suddenly, the sharp call of an owl pierced the stillness, startling her. The echo was followed by an eerie silence, thicker than the fog. Just as she was about to turn back, she caught movement out of the corner of her eye. With her heart racing, she turned to face the noise, only to be met with nothing but shadows. Her instincts screamed at her to retreat, but a compelling curiosity drew her deeper into the woods. Then, just beyond the veil of mist, she saw it, a pair of glowing red eyes staring back at her. They were unblinking and penetrating, radiating a sense of ancient wisdom coupled with an ominous threat. As her mouth went dry, a dark shape emerged, unfurling enormous wings that unfurled like clouds gathering for a storm. The Mothman was real. Paralyzed by fear, Lily felt a bitter chill. She wanted to scream, to run, but her legs failed her. The creature hovered, its wings casting an unearthly shadow upon her. Suddenly, a cacophony of whispers filled the air, faint, incoherent warnings that pressed against her skull. They begged her to leave, to warn someone, to do something. The creature began to drift closer, and in that moment, the whispers grew louder, more frantic. She managed a faint whimper, stumbling backward, but the Mothman remained eerily calm, almost solemn. It was as if it knew that she did not belong in the woods this night. Then, just as quick as it had appeared, the Mothman let out a mournful cry, a sound that reverberated through her chest, filling her with a sense of impending dread. Her instincts kicked in. She turned and sprinted back the way she came, branches clawing at her arms and the whispers growing ever so fainter behind her. When she burst out of the woods, gasping for breath, she saw the lights of Black Hollow twinkling in the distance. Relief washed over her, but it was short-lived. She needed to warn Tom. Breathless, she made it to his house, hammering on the door until he came out, eyes wide with concern. "What happened?" he asked. "Tom, the Mothman, he's real. We need to stop him." But even as she spoke, doubt crept in. Tom watched her, uncertainty clouding his features. "You really saw him?" he asked slowly. "I swear, we have to tell everyone. Something terrible is about to happen." But before they could formulate a plan, the town's sirens echoed through the night, cutting through the fog like a knife. Whispers of fear swept through the streets as they learned of an accident that had just occurred on the highway. A massive pile-up, cars twisted and burnt, lives lost, just as the Mothman had warned. As the ambulance lights blinked in synchrony with the pulsing fear in her chest, Lily glanced back at the woods from which she had come. The Mothman had appeared to her for a reason, a messenger between the world of the living and the darkness that followed. And the night was still long.